Hey, what it do is your boy Young Rockstar JT from the 334 with the Kick Your Doe, man. You just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Pop a little loner, yeah. I get on them, yeah. Word to my mama, yeah. Do what I want.
All right, so we got my boy Rockstar JT jumping off the porch with us today. Welcome.
That's what I say. Hey, I don't even barely want to talk all the time. Sometimes I just do my ad-libs because that make me feel better. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody was like, hey, you need to have your ad-libs on this joint. So look, I'm going to say it. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling today?
Nah, that's what's good, man. So how you feeling? Look like you're in good spirits, man. Got some good energy coming at you, man.
Yeah, man. Today is actually a good day, bro. I woke up this morning. That's one thing that's very important. You know what I mean? Like some people wake up mad, and I'm like, yo, like, how do I look like a rapper today? Before the interview, I was like, how do I look like a rapper today? Like, should I come in here like, and looking hard and, you know, smoking my dope, you know? So maybe I hope I'm looking like a rapper today, but I feel really, really good. I feel good, so it's dope.
Nah, that's what's good, man. I appreciate you swinging by today,
Hey,
too,
no problem,
man.
bro.
For sure, man. So let's take it back, man. You're originally from Montgomery, Alabama, right?
Yeah, from the 334 with the Kick Your Doe.
Okay,
Yeah.
man. So,
Yeah.
you know, just talk about the culture out there, man. What's life like for people that have never been to Montgomery, man?
Yeah. So me, I come from Washington Park, the west side of Montgomery. So like literally the rapper Doe B, he's from Montgomery. He lived like literally like 5 minutes from there, Ridgecrest, and that's when he rapping about Ridgecrest. And Washington Park is where he shot, like literally 2 minutes from my community, is where he shot his music video, trap music, right in there. And I'm just like, yo, when you come down south and when you come to Montgomery, it's like culture is very southern. Southern hospitality is a lot of love there, but it's a lot of hate there. And I'll be real, they call it the Gump, they call it the concrete jungle, they call it Montgomery, because if you come down there, you may get murked. You feel what I'm saying? So growing up, man, single parent home, seeing a lot of deaths. I lost a lot of people to the streets. I lost a lot of people to the streets, and 16 years old, 15 years old, seeing a lot of my homeboys in the casket, seeing a lot of my homeboys dead. I remember my cousin. This is 2014. My cousin, he got shot in the head. He was 17 years old. I was 16. Oh, wow. My best friend, like literally 6 months after that, he got shot in the neck. I was 16, he was 16. You know, so growing up there made me like appreciate life, right? Because I feel like when you come from Montgomery, making it out is so hard. We don't really have the connections, you know. I live in Atlanta now, so like when we're in Montgomery, I don't have the connections. We don't have platforms like even DGB like down there. We don't have that. We have radio stations and concert probably every year. Too many artists don't come down there, but coming from Montgomery, it made us tough, right? It made us real because we didn't really have much. So it made us appreciate the small things in life. So Montgomery is a really, really dope place, so I like it.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be able to make it out of that environment, you know, make it to Atlanta to chase your dreams and all that too?
Man, it's definitely, it's surreal. I remember I told myself, I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I don't know like when I'm gonna make it out. So I literally was supposed to move from Montgomery in 2016. I just moved January 2022. Okay. That says a lot, right? That's 6 years later, but my grandma died. So like when my grandma died, I was actually supposed to come to college before that. Like I was supposed to go to college at Atlanta Institute of Music to learn how to mix and master my music. But literally my grandma died and I got discouraged. My grandma died on the way to Houston, Texas. I had a show and I got a call when we was in Louisiana, New Orleans, and they said she died. And from there, like my life was just downhill. Everything was bad for me. I just was in a dark spot for years. So making it out, like I would say being down there put me in a dark spot as well, because it's like so boring. It's not too much to do. You know, you don't have like the Piedmont parks, like you can walk around and just do your thing. Like I live in Atlanta now. You don't have so many things that you can do and just go-karting and things like that. Just attractions that you can have. You really don't have that there. So like making it out is definitely a dream, and it's always been a goal. So like I'm definitely living my dreams right now. So
yeah, congrats on that, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And was it a big leap of faith at the time to make that move here, or was it something that was like, all right, now's the time. I got to do this now.
Yeah, so that's the thing, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like a lot of people and a lot of my friends, people are back down there. They're like, bro, you know my situation. You know my situation. But I told them, like, bro, you have to have a leap of faith, right? It has to be a leap of faith, because if I just do things just like, oh, think about it and everything logistic, I would be scared, right? So literally I went out there. I ain't barely have no money in my pocket, you know. When I left, I went out to Atlanta. I'm like, yo, I did an internship with an organization. I didn't really have no money, and I'm just like, yo, this being here is gonna solidify me. And literally, I just moved into like my own crib like 2-3 months ago. Oh, wow. And it's just a blessing, because I'm like, yo, I remember like in January, a nigga was like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm trying this out. I'm trying to internship out. And like, it worked, bruh. But what happened, like literally 2 weeks after that, I'm in the studio with YSL. Like literally, I moved here, and like 2 weeks we record music with YSL, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But it's just exciting that I could do that, bro. But you have to have faith. You just can't, like, if you think about it too much, it's not gonna work. You have to have faith, and, you know, use your connections. That's what it's all about, who you know. The industry, like, and getting in this thing, it's all about who you know. Mm-hmm. Like, you can have money, yes, it's about money and everything, but like, money could not bring me to internships. Like, it's all about the connections that I had and different relationships, but I had to have the leap of faith to do so. So yeah.
No, absolutely, man. Because if you wait for the perfect time, it'll probably never come.
It probably never come, man. You be waiting forever. People say, hey, this is my time. Well, how many times did you hear somebody say, 2018 is my year, yeah. 2022 is my year, 2020 is my year? I'm like, damn, your year was 5 years ago. You still in the same spot.
No, that's real, man. Yeah. So you got to cook up with FN DaDealer, right?
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah.
So what was that experience like?
Bruh, I'm going to be real, bruh. If you walked up in there, you probably caught contact. Like, I'm talking about my boy, he don't smoke. My boy who's like, bruh, I felt something after that night. But FN DaDealer, really, really good guy, man. And we actually talked like a few months ago, trying to get this record out or whatever. But with FN, what I like, because I'll be honest, I come from like the Christian world. Mm-hmm. So I come from like Christian hip hop, where a lot of times like you don't really do the smoking in the studios, you don't do the cussing, and this is wrong. Well, some people do it. A lot of people do it behind the scenes, right? And let's get into that. But when you're in a place where people just openly being themselves, I'm like, man, I appreciate that. And so FN, like, we just in there, we vibing. Him and his homies, everybody just vibing. Everybody like shaking hands, and we laughing, and, you know, we smoking weed, doing our thing. And like, I asked him, it was a line that I had in one of my songs that we did together. And it was a line, I was like, bruh, should I say that? He was like, bruh, say that shit. He was like, bruh, you shouldn't even worry about say that shit. But it's going to be a line that y'all going to hear. If the record comes out, we're going to definitely drop that. But FN is definitely a good guy to work with. Yeah. So it was a dope experience.
Yeah, super dope artist.
Hey, for sure, yeah.
All right, so let's think back. How'd you get into making music? How old were you at the time?
Yeah, so, I was making music. I started making music when I was 15 years old. Okay. So I used to go to a program called Common Ground Montgomery down in Alabama. So it was an inner city ministry where what I think it's important that we invest in the youth. I think it's important that we bring youth like to different things and different experiences. And so when I started doing music, like my mentor, Kevin King, he challenged me. He said I was dope at music. I was dope at doing whatever I was doing back then. And it was not to me, it wasn't good, but he said I was dope at it. So I gave it a chance. But I went to a program. The first day I went to this program, I actually skipped it. I was supposed to go to this program. I skipped the program, and I went to one of my homies' crib to record a song. Mm-hmm. So then my boy Kevin, he knew that I rapped. So this summer, he challenged us to do a song that's different. He challenged us to do a song about God, right? So we did the song about God, and me and my boy Big Ye. Big Ye is the coldest rapper. He's crazy. So if you ever hear Big Ye, Big Y-A-E, he's crazy. So man, make sure y'all go check him out. We literally recorded on an inbuilt mic on a microphone, on a mic. A Mac computer on a microphone that was inbuilt. So I would put my face up to it and rap like that. Blah, blah, blah. It would be static and stuff, right? But it was dope. And my first song was like Turn Up for the Lord. It was called Turn Up for the Lord. And it was like very cheesy. It sounded like you recorded outside or in like a warehouse or something with like people doing wood or something. I don't know. It was trash. But so we would do different open mic nights, and we would do things that just getting our name out there and doing concerts. And it would be times where our first concert, we had like 200 people in there. You know what I mean? Just for the strength of, because I've always been like a popular person. I've always been like known. So like when I did the transition of my life, like a lot of people still supported me. So I'm like, yo, like this is dope that I could make music from a MacBook and people still looking at the music, listening to the music. So that's how I got started, bro. And literally I was inspired by Doe B in my city, and that guy right there, he helped me like get insight in a lot of stuff that I do with my music. So yeah.
What did his death mean to Montgomery?
Wow. Woo! Bro, Doe B's death, bro. I'll be real, man. It hurt me. It still hurts me to this day. The reason it hurts me because I'm like, man, I feel like with Doe, when he died, December, I think it's December 28th, 2013. I believe that's when he died. But I remember I was on the way to Atlanta to a conference called Impact Conference. And we found out that Doe died. And my mom called me hollering, crying, because Doe B was like a city hero. Like he was on BET, we on 106 in Park. Literally, we went to the riverfront to see him perform a few months before that for the 4th of July. And like literally just taking pictures with him, shaking his hand, like just a neighborhood hero. And it was just like dark in the city when he died, you know? Like I feel like it's something like he was like the glue that held the city together, the glue that held a lot of the artists together. And I just feel like right now, we on a drought, you know. We got a lot of artists coming up, but like it's not too many people who work together, right? There's so many people who hate, and like in Montgomery, like with a lot of people from my city, it's like you tear people down, right? It's like you drag people down, like, or you gotta be this certain image. And what I liked about Doe B was me, I'm not like a trap artist, you know what I mean? I do trap music, but I'm not like one of the guys who, you know, shoot them up, bang, bang all day. I'm not one of the guys who have to have a certain demeanor about myself to sell my music. I'm just a genuine person. When you think about like the Tyler, the Creators, and like the Earl Sweatshirts and the people like that, like the Lil Yachty's and people like that, just them people being themselves and making fun music. I feel like Doe B made music with people who thought outside of the box. Like he would do a song with like B.O.B., right? Yeah. He would do a song with like Trey the Truth. He would do a song with like Tip, T.I., and he's one of the most diverse artists ever. And what I think it was like a lack of diversity from the city on the music side, right? Because Doe, he had a lot of things going. And I'll be honest, when he died, his guy, Bow Fam, this is the dude who produced my music, Bow Fam, Turn Me Up Bow, shout out Bow Fam, Mixology Studios. So he's the guy who would record Doe B and mix all his stuff and engineer his stuff and produce a lot of his stuff. So he told me, bro, in 2014, like right after Doe B died, when I started doing music, he said, man, don't get into this Montgomery scene. He was like, if you get into this, he said, what will happen? He said, you'll plateau. He said, that's the worst thing that you could do. And that's the best advice he ever gave me. Because I'm like, man, the city, like, yeah, people will love your music, but look when people love Doe B music. When you come back to your city, you go back to the Rose, which is 5 minutes from my crib, and you get killed. You know what I mean? Like, it's like people show so much fake love. The same people who was in this dude video smiling, same people who gunned this man down, right? So it's just, I just wish, man, that I could talk to Doe right now. But when he died, it definitely did a lot to the city, but I think we could, build it back up. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that I talk to from Montgomery always say, like, it put a black eye on the city.
Yeah, for sure.
And it took a while for the city to bounce back.
For sure.
I think we're finally starting to see these past couple of years where it's like, even the industry is opening up to like, all right, let's go sign some artists from Montgomery.
Right, yeah.
Because it seemed like for a while, it was like they were afraid to, like,
right,
because the city doesn't protect them like
yeah.
that.
And that's what I'm happy, bro, like that. I'm happy that labels are finally looking, because I feel like Montgomery, we have the best talent. You got like Fat Mac, you got like Junior Boss. Junior Boss is my favorite, I'll be honest. Nobody messing with Junior Boss, bro. You got Hitmaker DA, Rubber Band OG, Set Dollar. You just got so many rappers who are really, really dope out there, and Super Nard, and just so many people who I listen to and I appreciate. But like I said, it was a black eye to the city, and just like, yo, give these people a chance, because all of those artists that I named, like, they're very hard, but we've been through a lot, and we didn't have a lot of opportunities that other people have. And like you're a product of your environment. So when you don't see certain things and you don't see certain things, and even with Doe B, when you just see Doe B, he was big, but Doe B wasn't big where he was going. You know what I mean? Doe B didn't go get a chance to go platinum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A chance to go gold. He didn't get a chance to do this stuff, right? So it's just like when you're big, right? They think us like, oh, Doe B is bigger than like, but I'm like, bro, do y'all know that y'all could go bigger? We could go bigger than that. You know what I mean? And I know disrespect because it's like we love Doe, but I don't want Doe B to be like we want to get like Doe, because I want people to go past that, but give us a chance to do that. In the city, like sadly, they didn't really give Doe B a chance to, go to the masses. So
yeah, long live Doe, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this new single, man.
Hey,
Popular Loner.
Popular Loner. Yeah.
Got the internet going crazy.
Hey.
So first of all, let's just talk about the inspiration when you hit the studio and you created this song.
Yeah. So literally, when I hit the studio, my homie, he was doing a brand called Popular Loner, but he switched the name. But when I was just in there, I was just like, yo, let me just do something. I had the name in my head, and then I played a beat, boom, 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 boom. The beat was hard. I'm like, okay, shit, like I'm good at rapping. So I just went in there and I just laid that hook down, and it literally took me 3 minutes to do that hook. Like the hook was like 3 minutes, and I'm like, okay. So my homie laid a verse on there, and then we didn't really like the verse, so I just went back in. I'm like, okay, this is hitting. So I played the song in the car with my manager. And he was like, bro, why the fuck are you hiding? Why are you hiding this from me? He was like, this is dope, right? So we went the beat. So the original beat, we changed the whole track. We changed the whole beat. The beat right now is way better. But we just was working on the EP. He introduced me to a guy named John Bonus. And when he introduced me to John Bonus, this guy works with a lot of people. He broke a few artists. And we went in and I'm like, yo, what can we do to make a slapper? So I just was like, yo, let me use trap music, but let me use lyricism and let me mash that together, because I feel like a lot of times people don't do that. I feel like it's like a lot of ABC rhymes and hip hop, but like on now I was like pop out like Tada, young Rockstar, young Dada, Jamaica man like Rasta. They want me on their roster. Like I'm like using words where it sounds similar, but they're different and they mean different meanings. So going into the studio, I just was like, man, when I go in the studio, I don't think like, oh, I'm gonna make a hit, right? When I go to the studio, I just, whatever comes out, and may be a hit, may not be a hit. But I just went in and I'm like, man, let me just say, fuck like the critics that I have in my life, because I come out of Christian hip hop, right? I come from like, you can't say this, you can't say this, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm like, man, I cuss offside of the record. Like outside of records, my life behind the scenes. Why am I sitting here on these tracks performing for these people when I know the most Christian songs that I made, I was depressed as fuck, bro. You feel me? I'm free now. Like I'm so free. So going in there, I'm like, man, I'm like, I actually was like a loner. You know what I mean? I feel like by myself when I'm cussing on the records and when I'm cussing and doing this in public and nobody doing this, but I'm seeing them doing behind the scenes. I felt lonely, bro, but everybody praising, oh yeah, JT, we love you. JT, you a legend. JT, the way that you perform, blah, 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 blah. But it's just like, man, I'm standing here by myself. So that was the process of making a song, bro, for sure.
Were you ready for the critics? Were you expecting that? Because I'm just looking at your IG page and there's a lot of love, but of course you got a couple people that are like, why are you making music like this?
Yeah, for sure. So my thing is, it caught me off guard, honestly. I knew the explicit was gonna get critics, right? But what threw me off guard was the photo shoot that I did, like the people, what I was symbolizing. And that's what I wanted to talk about on here, because I'm like, yo, people thought I was like demonic. Somebody said, yo, I'm doing a blood sacrifice or some shit like that. A dude like me walking into my house and my tub, putting blood in my tub, first of all, is weird as fuck. Like, let's be real. Like, who would do that? Who would like go and like pour blood in a tub? First of all, that's dumb, okay? If I did that, I'll do it somewhere else, but I don't plan on doing that. I'm joking. But yeah, so it symbolizes, where the black symbolizes pain. I've been through a lot of stuff, like the pain and the hurt. And when you think of black, you think of like depression, you think of darkness, right? So when I was in the black tub, basically like that is like the darkness that was surrounded by me, all the pain, all the trauma, everything that I've been through. So, I had fingernail polish on. Everything I touched at the moment, bro. It was depressing. It was dark. I had the lipstick on because like everything, I couldn't speak life, you know? My eyes, a lot of people don't know, and I'm talking about this here. My mom, she was in an abusive relationship, right? So she got stumped out at a gas station by her boyfriend in 2018 one time, and he almost killed my mom. So he stumped her, and she was begging for her life. She told me and my sister and them, and she was like, help, you gonna kill me, right? So that's why I had the black eyes around my eyes. And I just felt like I was being submerged in pain and depression for a minute. So that's why I did the photo shoot when I was down in the tub like that, and and I had the black because I couldn't see anything else. And it hurt me though, because I'm like, yo, these people are supposed to be around with me, believing the best about me, and they saying like, you sold your soul, you blood sacrifice. Some people say, I knew you were phony and this and that, all of that fuck shit. I'm like, yo, that hurts. But I feel like right now what I'm doing is like rebranding and weeding out the weirdos, right? Because I do music for the people who are loners. I do music for the people who don't have an identity, like feel like they don't have an identity. With me growing up in the Christian music industry, bro, I feel like I didn't have an identity in that shit, right? You would have to perform. I know people who I would smoke weed with behind the scenes, right? But in front of the cameras, you better not smoke that dope. In front of the cameras, you better not say that word. But I'm like, man, for me, I have to be real, bro. I don't find nothing wrong with cussing. So if I don't think nothing's wrong with cussing, why wouldn't I do this on my music? Why wouldn't I do this on the platforms that I'm on? Like, because I don't think cussing always is unwholesome. Like, I do believe in the Bible, and I do believe what the Bible says, but I don't think that unwholesome means you can't cuss, you can't say that. I told a homie who was an atheist, and I respect everybody's religion, and I respected him at that time, so that's why we'll pull up with him and smoke with him. I said, bro, you need to get your shit together, right? And he was just going through a lot of shit, and I was like, bro, you need to get your shit together. And I use the word shit. In 2019, this dude got baptized, and his life changed, right? So shit like that, where I'm just like, I don't let made up rules and tradition, like, define who I am as an artist. You know what I mean? So I don't want the whole, like, you can't do this or you can't do that. I can. And I'm doing it, so Pablo Loner, yeah. That's how
this is. I'm sure it feels good to be free, like you said too, man.
Bro, I woke up this morning, like I've been losing followers on Instagram. I've been losing followers. Like I lose like in the last 2-3 days. I text my manager this morning. He called me. I'm like, bro, I lost like 500 followers. I had like 13,000 and something, and I lost like 500. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are these people leaving? But then my homie was like, bro, let them go. He was like, weave out the weirdos and the people who, you know, like you have to be a certain thing. You have to be, this has to be your image. You have to match this as a Christian. This is what you have to be. And if you do not meet those expectations, they cancel you or they unfollow you or we can't follow this anymore. But the times where I needed that shit the most, bro, where were they at? Banging to my music. Hey, we love you. But when I'm free now, I'm like, bro, you praying for me now? I needed it back then when y'all was, you know, planning on my downfall, when I was, you know, saying Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. But I feel free, bro. I don't have that. It's like I feel like I just let, you know, when you when you jump off the parachute, you scared at first, but then when you pull the string, you just like, soothing. That's how I feel right now. So it's been pretty dope. That's
what's up right there, man. So you working on a new project right now? You kind of just focusing on, okay.
So I'm working on the EP right now.
Okay.
EP, I'll get a name on here. So we talked about it, and it's crazy because when me and Marcus, my manager, we talked, he was like, yo, I thought about like a self-titled EP. I said, bro, a self-titled EP, bro. I thought about a self-titled EP as well. And I'm like, that I know is like the right thing to do, because I'm like, so the name of the EP will be Young Rockstar.
Okay.
So I want people, like with my music, I want to take people on a journey, right? I don't want to just make rap because like, I think a lot of people just rap without having a purpose, right? I want my music to be like not just music, but somewhere like a safe spot where people can come, where people can hide, where people can feel loved. Like when my fan base, like I have a authentic fan base, right? And we love each other and they love me and I love them and I know a lot of them personally, you know what I mean? I know a lot of their names. I never seen them, but like I know their names, and when they join my lives, I'm like, yo, you're the reason this and that. So the name of it is Young Rockstar, and this is like for all of the people around who feel like your place in like the Christian world isn't too, you know, you don't really have a place there, but then in the hip hop world, you're too this and that, right? I didn't come in here with like chains on, right? I didn't come in here with my entourage, and I didn't come in here like smoking weed and all of that. I do smoke, and I'm about to smoke after. My plug is not mobile, so I couldn't get none. So yeah, I want people in my music, like whoever listens to my music, like to feel like they have a home, like a safe spot and somewhere that they can come, and not just music be music, but I want to like a nation, right? Like Young Rockstar Nation, because like even with, I was making music and I got a song with a quality control artist, Duke Deuce, Stick, a song called Stick. It was on like a label called Reach Records. It was on their playlist in 2020. It's one of my biggest songs, right? And the people who listening to it, like, it's dope and it got over 1 million streams, but like the people who listening to it, like I want these people to feel something, and when they do, I don't want them to feel like it's fake, right? So if the old music that I dropped, it was really, really good music, but I wasn't hitting topics, and somebody's like, yo, kids are watching you, right? So when people hear this EP, I want people to hear like, yo, he has a purpose, and like this is his purpose, but there's a young kid out there, there's a young dude out there who feel like in their life, like, yo, you're too white for the blacks, or you're too black for the whites. You're too Christian for the world, and you're too worldly for the Christians. And you feel like you're just in the middle of everything. You just feel like an anomaly. So like when it's me, like Young Rockstar, this EP is so everybody, every young rockstar out there can feel like they're loved, can know they're loved, not even feel, because you can feel like you're loved and not be loved. Know that you're loved. And when I'm talking about these topics on this project, it'll make you really feel like you have a home. And I'm welcoming everybody to, you know, Young Rockstar's world. So, yeah. Sounds dope, man. Can't wait to check it out, man. Appreciate it, bro, for sure. Top of next year? Top of next year. We dropping top of next year. I'm excited, bro. Every song is a hit, bro. Every song, like we got, I think like 6 records on there, and I already dropped Rock with the Mob, which went crazy. I like that song. Oh, for the energy on that one. Hey, that Rock with the Mob, you know, and that's the thing. Like I want the mob, like we did a show at the Masquerade, sold out show. It was like 800 people there. Sold out show with my boy Montel Fish. And when we did the show, like, bro, it felt like, yo, this is how I feel, like a bunch of youth who probably felt rejected somewhere, who probably felt rejected by the church or even rejected by the world, but you just want to be yourself, and like you get called weird or you get called this and that, and you just want to feel, we're the mob, we're the people, we're the ones who, you know, like we're too hood for like I've got told that I'm too hood for the Christians, right? I'm too like white for the ghetto people, they say, the ghetto world, the ghetto. I'm too white for that. And like for me, I'm just like, man, I just want to be myself. And when you just find yourself in the middle of just being yourself, bro, like you find a lot of people who are like you, you know, and I'm addressing a lot of that. That's what a popular loner is. That's when you rock with the mob and all of the other stuff. And I have a song on there called Star Pain, where it talks about my pain and talks about everything that I've been through. But I said on the intro, I'm like, man, like I didn't know that it was people out there who thought like me. I didn't know that it was people who processed like me. And I finally found out it is. And this is for the people who always feel like a misfit to culture. Either if it's that part of culture or this part of culture, you still feel like you're in the middle. So we're in the middle here, mosh pitting. So I'm excited. That's good. Yeah, were you stage diving during that show too, man? Every show. That's one thing, like if you come into a show, bro, I feel like a lot of people, that's one thing I wanted to get into, bro, because like when you come to shows, a lot of people don't give shows. I think a lot of shows is boring, and I've seen a lot of people rap. Like literally I did, it was an event that I did a few months ago, and it was an artist, he's a big artist, I'm not gonna say his name, but literally all he did was sit there and just, nobody was moving, the whole crowd was still, But on social media, his followers are going crazy, his music gets streamed, he get the likes and stuff. I'm like, people pay this money just to hear you. And my thing is, I'm like, bro, at my shows, I'm gonna give the people a show. I'm gonna give people their money's worth, because I'm like, man, bruh, this is a lifetime where you need something. You need to feel like you belong somewhere, right? So when I come to my shows, bro, I don't know what people are going through, bro. I don't know what people are going through at these shows, whether I was there or there. Like I don't perform at churches anymore, but when I perform at churches, I would still give my 100%, right? Like when I'm doing other things, because I'm like, man, you could make people's day. Like it's so many people like, bro, you made my day. Your music changed my life. I came in here depressed and just to hear music. And after you got off stage, like I've got helped. Like I'm taking pictures with fans after and they like, yo, you're so excited. Like, you're so exciting and I really want to come back and see you. And I never seen nobody like you and this and that and just encouraging these people and encouraging these kids. And I'm like, yo, I want these people to feel like, yo, they have a safe, like I said, a safe space. And like when you come to my shows, you don't take yourself too serious. You have a safe space to be yourself. Like I've been to shows where everybody just, you got a whole bunch of gangsters in the crowd, everybody just looking hard like, I'm like, man, loosen up, bro. I come from the hood, I come from the ghetto as well, but it's just like, bro, like, I'm not trying to make that as an image. Like me looking hard and anything like that don't really make me like more or less of a rapper. Like people just want to love you, you know? And I just grateful that I have the opportunity to like really be myself and use my platform. So like, bro, if anybody book me, you need to book me because look, hey, we stage diving and they'll have the best show of their life. So appreciate that, man, for sure.
No, I look lit on your gram.
Hey, it's going crazy, bro, for sure.
All right, so 2023, a couple weeks away. What's some plans? What's some goals you got set for the new year?
Yeah, so 2023, right now, we talking to some labels right now, and we may stay independent. We may sign, we don't know. So the goal is just to have fun with this music, bro. It's been a journey from 2020, the pandemic, to now. It's been crazy. Releasing music, and I haven't dropped a project since 2018. And when I dropped a project, literally, I charted on iTunes, and I had like 4,000 followers. And I always had like a fan base, right? Right now, I have like my Spotify's going crazy, and I have numbers and things. But what I'm excited for is like just to release music again, bro. I don't care about the numbers right now, because I'm switching. I switched genres too, and like when you do that, your numbers are gonna be lower. And sorry, you're building and you're growing, but like I'm excited to release again, bro. I'm excited for people to feel home again. Like I feel like it's been a drought for me, and people like, yo, when are you releasing music? And I see my fans every day like going back to my old posts. I'm like, yo, I'm waiting on this to release. I'm waiting on this to release. And me, I'm going to archive the post so they won't see it. But I'm ready to go on the road. I'm ready to hit the road with the people. That's one thing. I want to hug all of my fans because I come from the ghetto, bro. I come from the concrete jungle. I come from the slums. They said I wouldn't make it to C24. I'll be 25 in February, right? They said I'll be dead or in jail by 16. So the fact that I come from Montgomery, Alabama, and even right now, I'm traveling the world. I get paid to go and perform places. People pay me for shows. Like I've been to Missouri and Texas and New York and Jersey and LA and just different places where people pay me to come and are paying me to come. It's just beautiful, bro. So I'm ready to hit the road. I'm ready to release music. I'm ready to just see the world again, bro. Like it's definitely been like a hurdle for me, like just to see the world again. But now with no restrictions on me, I could be on the road and I'd be like, yo, I could fire my blunt. Oh, Lord, I'm happy. So, yeah.
Oh, that's what's good. Go ahead and plug your social media so people know where to find you and be able to, keep up to date with everything you got.
Hey, for sure, man. This is Youngers in Charge from the 334 with a kick it though, man. I go by the name of Young Rockstar JT. If you don't follow me right now, you can go follow me on all social media platforms at Rockstar JT. ROCKSTAR. No spaces, no nothing. Just Rockstar JT. I'll be lit live and direct, man. Yeah.
All right, you want to give any shout outs before we wrap it up here?
Hey, man, I just want to shout out to the hater crew. Like, I got to put my hater blockers on for this one. That's who I shout out to, All of the people you see, you say I was demonic and you said this and that. I just want to shout out to y'all because y'all are some peons and you some suckers. And you will see me go up. So while y'all, talking, I want you to know that the kid is going up. I want you to know that the kid is doing his thing. I want you to know the kid ain't got no chain, but that thing still slang, man. I come from the bottom from the ghetto, man. Well, they don't say hello, but you feel what I'm saying? I'm in this, man. It's my Rockstar JT. Yeah.
Pop a little loner, I get on them, yeah. Word of my mama, yeah. Do what I wanna, yeah. You just a